Episode 6, Mo's Box. Welcome, Sumi. Thank you for coming through.
Very welcome.
So, what do you want to talk about today? Team 4-star?
How I changed your life with Team 4-star.
You did change my life with Team 4-star. So, to give people a heads up what Team 4-star is. So, if anybody ever watched Dragon Ball Z before, Team 4-star is a parody of Dragon Ball Z. So, it's a couple of friends, they got together and they started doing dub voices for scenes from Dragon Ball Z, and it's freaking hilarious.
It's the best thing the internet ever produced.
Their jokes are so on point. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, this is a must watch. Yo, the dub is so good. The abridged series is so well done. It could be considered canon to the actual Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
That's how good it was.
Yeah, it is.
So how did you stumble across Team 4-star?
I have a memory of a goldfish. I think I just discovered it online.
Online? Just going through random videos on YouTube?
Yeah, I think I just discovered it, and I was looking for Trunks because I just watched random videos of Trunks because I had the biggest crush on Trunks. Still kind of do. And
he's underage.
Leave him alone. And then, no, I was young too at that. I'm still young.
Okay, yes, fine.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, anyways, so you just stumbled across Team 4-star randomly. Me, how I came across Team 4 was because of you.
Yes.
I remember I was so against it. You're like, this, yo, Mohammed, check it out. It's so cool. I'm like, no, Sumi, I'm not going to watch it. But then I gave it a chance, watch one episode. I was like, oh my God, this is really hilarious. And then I just binge watched every episode.
Yeah.
At that time, it was 32 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. But memory of a goldfish as well. So what do you call it? So, but...
We met when we were in school at...
Who? Us?
Yeah.
No? How do you mean in school?
No, be quiet. We were... No, it's true.
No, memory of a goldfish. No, we met...
At work.
At work, yeah. Because you made...
This is making us sound really bad.
Yeah, no,
we're horrible friends.
We are horrible friends.
Yeah.
But regardless, how we became friends is you made a racist Bengali joke. And I tried defending myself because you're...
Yes.
What
I
did
made
you
a
say?
fish joke. I was like, oh, so you must eat a lot of fish.
And I was like, no, not all Bengalis eat a lot of
That's
fish.
a misconception.
And that misconception. I tried to sound smart that time.
Yeah.
And then you were joking, but I didn't know you were joking. I'm like this. We just met and you just started talking about fish.
Yeah.
And what my people do. I'm like this. I'm gonna show this girl. She doesn't know anything about what my people do.
That's what I do. Icebreakers. I come off extremely aggressive
and racist.
and racist, and I just.
But you're not a racist. For FY to anybody listening, Sumi is not a racist.
I try to use shock as an icebreaker. It generally works.
Generally works,
yeah.
but
also I just panic. I don't know what to say, so I just say the most ridiculous thing. And we become best friends. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it worked out.
Say it. We're best friends.
Whatever you call this
Say it.
friendship. But anyways, Sumi. But what do you call it?
I'm going to sabotage this if you don't say it.
Why? You're going to sabotage? Because I don't want to say... See, now everyone here on the internet thinks I'm like, look at this loser. He's not going to say
you are a loser.
Fine, we're best friends.
That's
you're happy.
right.
Team's 3-star. So we have our friend Mervin listening in on our podcast live.
Hey, what's up, Merv?
What's up, Merv? But you guys can't hear him. I hope the audio picked up at that point. But yeah, what do you call it? So we spoke about this, that I wanted you to come on the podcast and just, share a bit of yourself, your story. So, Sumi, what did you study?
I did in university. I did specialization in human relations.
So you study human relations? Okay.
Yeah, human relations. I also did aesthetics and electrolysis.
What is I can't even pronounce whatever you said.
It's a trade program. It's just salon stuff, facials, back care, permanent hair removal type of thing.
What? You remove hair?
No, I learned it. I learned no, not from the head. What the hell?
Okay,
no, like from the body.
Okay.
It's called electrolysis.
Okay, that's what.
I don't remember anything I learned, and it was.
But don't you have a makeup business?
Oh no, I only do makeup. I don't do facials and all of that.
Okay. But you went through school for all of it.
Yeah.
So you do have a makeup business. I'm a friend, so I remember you do have one.
Good job.
But but what do you call it? What inspired you to start your own business in makeup?
It was my friends. They kept bugging me to do it.
It
I
wasn't
did
me.
it.
I wasn't one of those people.
No, you suck. But
Oh, wow.
I was joking. Yeah, no, it's I wanted to. I'm kind of arts. Like I like art. I remember I loved in painting and stuff when I was in school. Nothing like art class, whatever. But and even like drawing and stuff, and makeup was something that I thought was fun, and I started doing it for fun on my friends, and then slowly people wanted me to do their weddings, and it just one thing led to another, and I I realized that I started doing henna. Well, I did henna as well.
What is henna for people that don't know what henna is?
Henna's an English term, man.
But people, but it might be an English term, but people might not know what henna is. Why you trying to call me out, Sumi?
Henna is basically it's a plant that they dry up, mix it with water, and turn it into like a paste.
Okay.
And it's basically semi-permanent tattoos almost. It's natural and usually very popular within the Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi, Asian culture,
Yeah,
basically.
South Asian culture, yeah.
Yeah, it's used as a dye for hair and beards and things like that. And generally brides wear henna on their wedding.
They overdo it, I swear. So Alex see henna all over. I'm like, what the hell?
Their feet, their legs, their arm. Yeah, it's for sure. I did that for a while. I stopped doing that. And then I started doing makeup and... Yeah, so I have a business called Sumi Studio.
Sumi Studio, shout out to Sumi Studios.
That's right.
But what do you call it? How long have you been doing makeup for? Now I'm a shitty friend because I never asked about this before.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, see, you should have, because then I could have prepared for this. I don't know.
This is a freestyle.
Like
here.
15... How long has it been? I don't know. Like maybe...
years?
No, shush, be quiet. I don't know. Like 10 years maybe.
Okay, 10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're still doing it right now?
Yeah, I'm doing it as like a freelance side thing, like on the weekends, because I as you know, we both work at congratulations, you got a new job.
Yeah,
we both work at the same place, and so we have a full-time job. And then
yes, real life, yay.
Yeah.
But so what do you call it? But you do it on the side now.
Yeah, I do this on the side. Yeah.
But what do you call it? Also, you have a business that you started, right?
Yes.
Not only your makeup business.
Yes.
Would you like to share?
Sure.
Tahara Collection.
Good job. Yes.
See, I remember that.
Yeah. I do. Yeah. So I'm the owner of Tahara Collection. It's a company that I started because struggles that I've noticed as a Muslim in North America. So
what is the Tahara Collection exactly?
So Tahara, it means pure.
Okay.
And so I based the name of the business off of purity. And so as Muslims, we are taught to be clean, pure. You know, we have to constantly, we have to wash ourselves. And there's a weird... how do I say this? North America has this culture, and nobody else in the world has it other than North America, where in other countries in Europe and Asia, there's the concept of bidets, but in North America, there isn't. So if you're brown, you're Muslim, you know, if you go to any Muslim's house, you'll see like a flower watering pot beside every toilet. Or like a big cup, is because you have to clean yourself with water so that's something that is not, for some reason, common in North America. So if people look at you and say, ew, you're cleaning yourself, it's like, wait, no, it's supposed to be the other way around.
You're not cleaning yourself.
Yeah. So anyway, so I had come up with, because I know I struggled in college, university, wherever, out and about. So I sort of came up with the concept of a collapsible cup that you could kind of take with you everywhere you go. So, you could always keep your hygiene
on point.
Yes. Yeah. And the idea of the company is just to make worship easier in North America. So I also have kuffs, like they work as leather socks, where you don't have to Muslims, I guess I should give some backstory to that. You have to, every time you pray, you have to kind of do like a ablution, cleansing, where you wash your face, your hands, your arms,
your nose,
your feet. And so it's really awkward to, I guess, clean your feet in public bathrooms where people, it's hilarious. I have the funnest stories of those. But yeah.
Anyways, we're going to hear about that right after you finished talking about your collection. Okay, so you came up with this cup,
Yeah.
this collapsible. How did you, what do you call it? How did you start developing this concept? You know what I mean? Like, because you didn't do it yourself, right? Did you have
No.
somebody design it for you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
how did
yeah.
the procedure work?
Well, let me give you all my trade secrets, sir.
Fine, don't give
I'm
it to
just
me.
joking. No, it's
Just the procedures
yeah,
on how
no,
you
no,
went about it.
it's already a product that's available in the market. It's a silicone collapsible cup. It's just that it's never been used for
In the way that you're using it.
for this for the Muslim community,
Okay.
or even the non-Muslim community.
There's
just
no racism with this cup.
yeah.
Anybody could use this cup.
Anybody could stay clean. So, and then I reached out to some suppliers and I told them what I'm looking for, dimensions.
You did it all yourself?
Yeah, and so I was in conversation with them and they kind of helped me out with it. They gave me ideas, they gave me options, and then I kind of chose it and took it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what do you call it? But how much did you sell? Did you sell anything yet? Or
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
But do you have a website for this?
I do.
And what is the website?
TaharaCollection.com.
So you could spell it out for me.
T.
Yeah, not
like
for me, but
Tango. I'm just joking. TAHARA.
Yeah.
Collection.com.
.com.
Yeah.
So if you want a collapsible cup, go check out her website.
Thanks, bruv.
Yeah, but yeah, Sumi, you gotta speak up louder because now,
What?
yeah, your volume. I don't know if
How's
it's
this?
now it's better.
That's right. Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, so you're talking about the struggles being of growing up Muslim here in North America. So no, it's staying clean, right? Like that's what you're talking about. Like
That's one of one of the many struggles.
Yeah, because doing wuju and in public,
Yes.
right? And what wuju means is you're doing.
You guys say wuju?
No, I say uju.
Oh, you said wuju. Okay.
Uju. You say what do you say?
We say wudu.
Wudu. No, that's I was trying to say it like you.
Okay.
I'm trying to mimic. Okay, but but what do you call that? Yeah, so what uju is, you basically cleanse yourself so you're able to go pray. And
Yeah.
doing it in public gets a bit difficult because you don't have the luxury of being at home and cleaning your face, cleaning your eyes. Like all that is fine, but when you have to clean your feet,
Yeah.
that gets difficult in
awkward.
public. Yeah.
It's awkward situation.
So you said you had funny stories about that. So tell me one.
Tell you one. I have so many.
But the funniest one you could think of.
The most embarrassing one was I just started this job, the
new job?
Yeah. And I was washing my feet, and one of the higher ups walked in, and they were so confused. They were like, what? I'm like, oh, don't be scared, please. I'm just washing my feet because I have to pray. And they were sort of like so baffled that they kind of like, okay, sure. And then they kind of like didn't even go to the bathroom and just walked right out. So I was just like there alone saying, damn, I'm gonna get fired.
I don't think they would fire you.
No, they're awesome actually.
No, they're very nice people where we work.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but people don't know how to react because they don't really, they don't always know what's happening, and then
you can't blame. We try not blame people because it's like they don't take the time to learn about it, or maybe we don't have enough time to explain about it.
Oh, there's enough information out there.
It is, but
all you gotta do is Google.
But see, that's the thing. We have so much information available, but none of us decide to oh man, it's too much reading. But it's not. Like I remember before when I work on school, when I work on school projects, I'd actually have to go to the library and read books, but I just look for like a page where it had some relevance to whatever I was talking about and just copy that page.
Did that.
We all did that. No, because nowadays when my sister or my cousins, they need any type of information, they're like this, I can't find it. I'm like, just Google. I like this. Google existed when I was there, but not as easily accessible.
Well, I mean, in that situation, it was a little weird because I was already caught in the middle of it. But generally,
like, oh no!
Generally, when people are in the bathroom, I would just kind of give a warning, be like, "Hey guys, don't freak out, but I'm about to wash my feet." And they're sort of like, "Yeah, sure, no, whatever, yeah, sure, go ahead. I have no problem. I'm not racist." Like that's sort of the feel I get. It's really funny, but I generally do kind of like, and then that would generally spark up a conversation. Hey, what's going on? Why are you doing this? Oh, that's so cool. You guys do that? Yeah, it's like spiritual cleanse. Yeah.
That's cool, and that's another way to teach somebody. Now they actually get exposed to it.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh yeah, so then they have a perspective of understanding what it is at that point.
Yeah.
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 But what do you call it? But how was it growing up? You know, for you, it's because you know being a female and being Muslim, you know, it's a bit more difficult growing up in a household, you know, a Pakistani household, right?
Mhm. Well, my household wasn't particularly super religious.
Okay.
I mean, we were very Pakistani, and when we were young, we thought being Pakistani was being a Muslim.
Okay.
And you know how our cultures are very, very. It's like there could be a book written about it. One must not sit like this, and one must give chai at this time. Like they're very particular, and it's practically like a religion in itself.
I know. It's like I started like it happens a lot in our South Asian cultures where our culture kind of like like you know it meshes with religion but becomes to an extreme where you have to do it like you were saying you have to do it like this. If you don't do it like this, you're doing it wrong.
It gives more your culture generally tends to give more priority than religion.
Yeah.
And a lot of the crap, like just an example, like the honor killing system. It's nothing to do with religion, but it's a very cultural phenomenon. It's a very cultural concept of shame and all of that.
And what is this honor killing, if you could specify?
Honor killing, there's just if you feel if the family feels like there's been dishonor in the family, but generally by a female member of the family. I mean, I don't know
so
how
sexist, isn't it? Like you know, if you
well, guys, they get away with murder even in this culture.
Yeah, but you know, but
but generally, like, just honor killing. It's a very common knowledge. It's really depressing. It's horrible.
Yeah, no, it is horrible.
Yeah,
We won't specify, but the only reason just to give some insight, right? It's like maybe some people are like, what are they talking about? Like I killed somebody
Google
in Call of Duty. I killed somebody in Call of Duty. What's that honor? No, it's okay. No, that's not honor killing.
No. It's and so I guess for me, it was a very Pakistani culture. And then I think my last year of high school, I started practicing. It was very weird, like just a little bit, like just praying. And then I noticed that we started enforcing a lot of the Islamic, like we started practicing it in our household. My siblings started praying. My mom always prayed, but I mean, like there was still a lot of culture at that time involved. And slowly, as we became more of a practicing family, the culture part, not completely, but a lot of it kind of went into the background and dispersed.
So then religion actually took over at that point, and it wasn't. It was the culture was just it's just there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's still like it was still had an important because it's so intertwined with everyone that we know in the community.
For sure.
And yeah, but it's still like some of the things like for example, the idea, like I noticed that once we started practicing more, my brother started helping out around the house a lot more. I mean, generally the idea is that the men of the family will get served everything on a silver platter.
And that's in Pakistani culture?
Yeah.
But I'll say in South Asian culture.
Yeah, South Asian culture. Yeah. You know how it is.
Yeah, it's just you know, and they kind of like fuse that with our religion and, you know, try to interpret a certain way, right?
Exactly. But I mean, even like our prophet, peace be upon him, there's clear kind of hadiths or stories where he is helping his wife around the house, you know, like, so it's just to show you that this is a very kind of men are the breadwinners, and they should be served everything, you know. So as we started practicing, that kind of started changing a little, and so little things like that.
Quality.
And so other than that, I guess wearing the hijab really did single me out quite a bit.
When at home or?
No.
Okay, I
don't wear it at home.
Only reason, because what I mean is you said you started practicing near the end of high school.
But where were you getting? Wore the hijab.
But where were you getting singled out?
Like everywhere. Like, I mean, people would see that I'm different. I clearly wear something different, which is fine.
I thought you looked like Piccolo.
You think I look green?
Kind of.
Wow.
Like, I'm teasing.
I'm taking that away. We're not best friends.
Oh, there you go, guys. A friendship has ended on the podcast.
I'm leaving this.
Okay, yeah, but you said you'd be getting singled out. where in school or at that time. But I feel like it's more like I'm happy how society has come so far now. Now it's more acceptable. Everyone like more practicing female Muslims wear it now.
Yeah.
And it's a very common thing to see.
When I say singled out, I don't necessarily I mean like for the obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I don't look like every other kid in class.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm wearing something. I'm wearing a covering on my head.
Yeah.
I'm obviously different. And just knowing that, when you're part of a community and just people don't know what to do or might not invite you to lunch to sit with you or whatever, there's you feel it.
It plays a factor.
Yeah, you feel it. And then it kind of, it has a very huge impact on you and your character development and how you will act or how you'll perceive the world moving forward. So, I mean...
But it got better over the years for sure, right?
If anything, I mean, yeah, like I'm going to say I'm very blessed. I haven't had some crazy experiences like other people have. Generally, I've been blessed. But I mean, things like once I was it's a funny story. I think I told you guys whenever it happened was, I was in the metro and I was reading one of my Harry Potter books.
Harry Potter.
And there was a lady, and I could see from the corner of her eye from my corner of my eye that she just staring at me and the book and like in utter awe and shock. And I kind of sort of just like, oh my God, whatever. I just really want to know what happened to Harry again. I was reading it for like the 10th time.
Yeah.
And she to the point where I'm like, okay, this is just getting way too like awkward. So I remember I closed the book and I just looked at her. I'm like, hi. She's like, you know how to read?
What the hell?
I was like, yes, I am on my way to university. It's like, wow, I'm so proud of you. I mean, I could see that she's trying to, be like, good job. You know how to read. Good for you. But at the same time, I was sort of like, are you serious? Do you really think that we all just... what do you think we do with our lives?
Cook and clean every day.
Yeah. Or like, we're just like, she might as well just said, oh my God, you're out of the house. How's that possible? But, yeah, things like that where you sort of like, what's going on,
And I usually know. But I feel like, at this point in your life, obviously, you went through that at a younger, a younger age. Now, that doesn't even bother you because you're more focused on yourself, right? It's like now it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter what people think now. It's just like you do you, and you're gonna focus on yourself.
Well, it does.
You
matter.
try to, but I mean, like you try to educate because you want to create that peace with
of course.
everyone being the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you wear because at the end of the day, it's just you're just wearing a cool hat.
Wearing a cool hat, yeah. Well, okay, like I see what you mean. Like on a personal level, I've learned to kind of like be okay with it.
Yeah.
And be very like when people ask questions that might seem ignorant or something that
offensive.
Yeah, or even it's not even about like if you don't know something, you ask whatever. Cool.
It was like me before this podcast. I'm like, Sumi, how are you gonna hear your voice? Yeah. How are you gonna put the headphones over your hijab?
I just looked at you. I was like, are you stupid? But
you always call me stupid, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. No, but it's when people give their opinion of what I should be doing.
Okay.
Like it's different thing. Why do you wear that? Versus, or like, hey, can you hear through your headphones with that? Like what you said. That's fine. That's fine. But when it goes like, I don't think you should be wearing that.
Yeah, that's when it's a problem.
That's when it's like, please don't tell me.
No, because
what to wear.
And I find it gets funny when people are like, oh yeah, man, or you there, girl, you shouldn't wear a hijab, but it's like, it oppresses you, but they're technically trying to oppress you because
exactly.
you want to wear the hijab.
Exactly. People need to stop telling women what to wear.
Yeah, and you wear whatever you want to wear.
Yeah, full stop. They should just stop telling. Don't tell them to wear miniskirts. Don't tell them to. Don't say too much clothes, too less clothes. Just back off. Let them
do what they gotta do.
Let them do their thing. They'll figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, whatever their journey is. But in the sense that it's still as a community, because it still affects me. When I watch, the ban on the niqab, for example, those kind of stupid.
It's an Indian or Pakistani drama, or what is that?
Ban on a hijab. No, it's a political like it's a law in Quebec where they're trying to pass.
Oh, okay.
It keeps coming around every now and then.
I haven't heard of it in
yeah,
a while. That's why.
No.
Just
Yeah,
asking.
but there was what's her name?
Because you said it's
Pauline, whatever. The
Marwa.
Marwa.
No, because before you
jerk.
yeah. No, because before you said it so fast. I thought you were talking about some Indian soap
Some
opera.
Indian, no.
I'm like, wait, I've never heard of that before.
Well, I mean, yeah, I watch all the Pakistani dramas. Sumi, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, no, I don't watch any of them.
But
yeah, so and they're trying to do that band. Yeah, I remember
so
about
it's
that.
as a community, it does affect you.
Yeah, because you want to educate people.
course.
Like we're not being oppressed. We're not,
Yeah.
We're
But
people too.
it's like, how many times do we have to say it? Like it's it's just, anyways. But again, it's sort of like a circle. It's like a learning process for people. You gotta relearn, re-educate. It's a
it takes time. Like I remember when I was in elementary school, my name was like impossible to pronounce. Like
it's still pretty hard. I'm just joking.
It was like almost impossible to pronounce at the time.
Yeah.
Like trying to say my name Mohamed, and at that time I can't even pronounce the ways that my name was so butchered growing up. It was like it was hilarious.
For a long time, everyone at work just kept calling you Mohammed.
I was like,
I'm
it's fine.
It's not Mohammed.
No, it's close enough. I don't know, but I remember people couldn't even say that, right? It was like they had really difficulty saying my name, but but over the time now my name is easier to pronounce and easier to say. I'm like, woohoo! we came a long way.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So, I heard you're playing Final Fantasy VII, Sumi.
Yes, I am.
Every day on your lunch break?
Yes. Except when you bug me.
Okay, yo, I just need somebody. I just want to have a conversation. I don't even come bug you. But anyway, so tell. Anyways, I never asked you when on our lunch break about your Final Fantasy VII adventure. So how's that going?
Vincent just got introduced.
Vincent Valentine.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, my favorite character.
Oh my God.
I told
Sephiroth,
you. No.
please take a back seat.
I told you, Vincent Valentine is so badass. He's such a cool, he's a vampire holding a shotgun. Is he a vampire? I like.
You know what? They haven't said anything about it, but I think he's supposed to be a vampire because he was in a coffin and.
Yeah, but because when he does.
He hasn't specifically said, "Oh, I'm a vampire."
No, because you assume he's a vampire because he's in a coffin.
In a coffin, sleeping for I don't know how many.
Maybe I'm being racist to whatever Vincent Valentine is. I just made an assumption that he's a vampire, but he turns into a werewolf. Like, when he does a limit break?
Turns into a beast.
A beast, okay. But it looks like a werewolf.
No, he doesn't.
Am I being racist again?
Yeah.
No,
Get out of here. Walk of shame.
No, but we call Vincent Valentine such a cool guy. I remember,
he is.
I remember when I started playing that game, I wanted to make sure that I got him really early on in the game because I found out if you didn't get him early on in the game, you'd have to go get him like near the end of the game. And I did not want to wait till the end of the game to get my favorite character.
Yeah.
So
I was told I have I guess a guru at work who kind of walks me through. He's like a legit fan of Final Fantasy VII, so give me hints like, oh, I would go there. You'll get him. You'll. You
have
cool
Google
character.
also, right?
Yeah, I know.
But you don't want to use Google.
I also do Google.
You use Google.
Yeah, I use the guide.
The guide.
Yeah.
No, I know the game is pretty complicated. I'm still trying to wonder when we were younger, how the hell did we go through these processes?
I wish I had that time. Because then I remember when I was young, I would just go right after school and just play for hours.
And you just try to figure it out. It was, honestly, it was more rewarding back then because
now you don't have time, so it's like 1 hour a day.
Like how do I get there? And you just find a shortcut online.
Exactly.
I remember playing Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Have you ever played Legend of Zelda?
No.
Oh my God! What the hell?
No.
Okay.
I never did.
I
never did.
Did you have a Nintendo?
I did.
And you'd never play Legend of Zelda?
Yo, I'm sorry. I didn't have an income back then.
Me neither. Okay? Me neither. Like, yo, stop attacking me, Sumi.
Well, so you're attacking me. Did you ever play Vandal Hearts? What? You never played Vandal Hearts?
I played the 5th.
Oh. Did you ever play Legend of Dragoon?
Yes, I did.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, see, I got you there. But what do you call
fine.
it? No, but anyways, I remember playing Legend of Zelda growing up, and I was stuck at the water temple. So for anybody who ever played Legend of Zelda, the water temple is the biggest pain in the ass to do because you have to keep changing the water levels to go from certain areas to the next area to find your treasure chest, find the key, and then you have to find the boss key so you could go fight the boss and beat the temple. I remember I was stuck at that temple for a month straight. I was like, oh my God. I was
wow.
And
a month?
A month. I had no idea.
You must suck.
No, what the hell? it's like like the internet was, I didn't have internet at that time, and I was like, so I had to figure it out
And
myself.
all you had to do was turn left.
No, not even, no. So I still remember what happened. It was just like one random Saturday morning. I just woke up. I'm like, okay, let me try this temple again. And then I was playing. I'm like, wait, what? I was never able to get to this door. And then after I broke that door, it was history. So then later a week later, I ended up beating the Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what do you call it? So enough about video games, Sumi. So back to your struggles wearing a hijab. So what other things that you had to deal with, and try to explain to people that wearing a hijab is not being oppressed?
Yeah, I mean, we could say that 100 times. Like it's not oppression. Just for your record, it's something that I guess for me it was something I decided to do. Like as I mentioned, I started practicing a lot more at the end of high school.
And what kind of sparked you to practice more Islam, near the end of high school?
9/11.
Oh, 9/11, okay.
Literally, because people kept saying things like, "Oh my God, your people. What have your people done? Your religion is too crazy." So I was sort of like, "What? Why would I follow it crazy?" So I was confused. And then I realized I started asking questions. Why would we do that? And then I got my answers. We don't do that. This is not a Muslim thing. This is something else.
It's just psychopaths,
whatever it is.
Yeah,
Whether
exactly.
you're part of the team of conspiracy theorists.
No, forget about
whether the team of whatever, whether they
it's
were
just they're
Muslims.
bad people.
Yeah.
It's just they're
whoever
just bad
did
people.
it did a douchey thing.
Yeah, exactly. They're just douchebags.
Yeah.
Whoever
whoever was behind it did a super douchey thing. It was nothing to do with Islam.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with religion.
With my religion.
Because our religion teaches about peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Islam
of course.
is about
Every
peace.
religion teaches about peace.
peace.
It's
At the end of the day, we're people. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter about your gender or your ethnicity or your religion. We're all human beings. We all should care for one
everyone has
another.
the basic human right. And then after that, we could be different with how we want to live our lives.
Yeah.
Some people think
as long as we don't force it on other people,
living your life in a secluded mountain is your way of living, and whatever.
Props to you, man.
Props to you. Some people think they need to pray 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Props to
Props to them. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So yeah, but I mean, it did. That was, I guess, what sparked it was asking questions, getting answers to everything, getting satisfactory answers.
Yeah.
Made me have more faith. People questioning me got me more in touch with my own faith.
Yeah.
And because I had to defend myself. All of a sudden, I was forced into the limelight. I was forced into explaining, my faith to people, and I didn't really know much about my own faith to begin with. So because of this event forcing me to answer people's questions, or people asking me to apologize for what happened.
But you weren't even there, you know what I mean? It's
No, but people expect Muslims to apologize. Which is frustrating because we're
getting
what do you mean? I didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. It's
just crazy people doing random things.
Yeah. And so, but I was put in that position, and I had to either disconnect myself or disassociate myself completely, or kind of embrace it. And obviously, I chose to embrace it, and I wanted to help educate people. It got me into, because of this, I remember when I was in Vani, I became the vice president of the MSA. Muslim Student Association.
Yeah.
And so it was something that blessing in disguise, I guess. It made me more extroverted. I remember doing events.
So you were more introverted growing up, or?
No, but I mean, I would talk about everything and nothing substance, nothing important. You want to avoid the important topics.
Yeah.
You want to pretend like the horrible things aren't happening.
Mm.
But then again, it was me as growing as a person. This was a huge part of how I interacted with people, public speaking, all of that. It did definitely have a huge impact on me. And I mean, along with the positive, there was definitely the negatives where I had a huge thing was I was scared of failure and rejection, to the point where I'm still a little when I graduated from aesthetics and electrolysis, I remember I had to do stage and I couldn't get a placement, and people would be, yes, we need people, come on over for an interview, and I would go and they would look at me and I could see their body language change because I was wearing a hijab.
Yeah, what does this person know about hair? I can't even see her hair,
Yeah,
right?
well, aesthetics, they don't usually deal with
I'm
hair.
just joking.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's a hairdresser.
Okay, well, I don't know. Okay.
But anyways, yeah, so there was that. And so having said that, I mean, after graduating, I didn't even apply for jobs.
Because you seen what the struggles you had with, doing
Yeah,
stage.
and I was afraid of rejection. I don't want them to say no to me. I do not. It made a huge impact. Even with the job I got, it's somebody else reached out to me. They found my CV on Indeed. Like I'm just the fact that the fact that the society as a general kind of shuns you a little bit,
Yeah.
or makes you stand out a little bit. It really, it's so embedded in my character now. It's part of my characteristics, and so. Yeah, it's had a lot of positive impact, and then it's also have a lot of
Negative impact.
negative, for sure.
But you got stronger from those negative situations. Yeah. You try to you didn't let those negative situations bring you down.
I try not to.
Instead, it brought you up to here. This is what
to your podcast.
To your podcast. No, but no, but not that. It's like in terms of the negative things that you had to face with. You didn't let it hold you back. You continue striving as an individual and growing stronger as a person and educating people when it had to be done. You don't go out of your way. No, this is why I wear a hijab. You only go if somebody asks you.
I did at one point. I was like, I would have information sessions, and I was so into it. Oh, but that's different
because those information, you didn't go out. People would come to your information sessions.
Yeah, or like we would have them publicly, and people would come to our stalls and sort of like hijab for a day type of thing. We would do things like that to educate people.
But yeah, just to give more insight and have people knowing wearing a hijab, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just what do you call it? It's a choice that we make. It's this.
It's your relationship with Allah, and to get closer to Allah. This is one of the ways we get closer to Allah.
Yeah.
Is to preserve the hijab and have some form of modesty to get closer to Allah. Oh. And so, but yeah, it's even today, like it's something that it's I'm gonna have to deal with it all the time. I as you know, I do the I do the air high five and air props and no hugging, and we work in a corporate environment, and
everyone likes shaking hands.
Everyone shakes hands, and it's sort of like, oh no, let me sneeze on my hand before.
To avoid handshakes. But okay, so to give insight on people that don't understand why you don't like contact, right? Yeah. It's just to give people insight, because sometimes people are like, what? I just wanted to shake her hand. I don't want to do
they don't have any malicious thought behind it.
Yeah.
It's part of the working culture.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. But for a lot of people, they would wonder, like, why doesn't that person want to shake my hand? So I didn't sneeze on my hand. but like, what's the, if you don't, me, I don't know. And that's why I'm asking you. Because what's the reasoning behind why, like, you just avoid the physical contact? I know it's to do with religion, but like, if you could give a bit more detail, just more insight, so I get a better understanding, and maybe the audience will get a better understanding why some people don't like making physical contact, like handshakes or things like that when wearing a hijab or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. So, and this applies for men and women. Yeah. As Muslims, we're supposed to keep a distance from the opposite gender.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like a need to talk basis, or no physical contact, just almost like a professional relationship. So that's basically the gist of it. And so we should refrain from just mingling too much with the opposite gender. Basically, it's part of the faith. And so the physical contact comes in part of that.
So you just dab on people when they come to shake your hand?
Yeah, or I sort of just like wave from far away, so they're like, oh, okay. Or, I just put my hand on my chest and sort of like do a little bow, like, hey, hi, this is how it's
Hi, I'm Japanese, I bow.
Exactly. And yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna be a jerk though. If it's like you're in a public environment and you know someone just went for a handshake and it's gonna be embarrassing if I say no. I mean, I'll do what I have to do, and then I take them on the side and be like, hey, just an FYI.
Don't touch me. Okay.
I do air high fives. I do air props.
Teasing.
Yeah.
No, but
yeah.
But okay, so that's a reason.
But that's funny though. It's usually funny when it happens.
When I know.
You know.
I witness those situations when I'm with you, we're hanging out, and then somebody comes in for the handshake. Then I'm just like, oh no.
Oh no.
He doesn't know.
No.
And then you give a handshake. I'm like, oh.
Well, what am I? Yeah, I don't want to embarrass them.
I know, but then I'm like, oh man, she just.
But
did
they
a
also
handshake.
get confused because there's a lot of people who do go for the handshake.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Because everyone's at a different level.
Yeah, everyone
right?
has their own ways of dealing with it, and you know.
Exactly. And some people might just, it might not bother them, and some people, like for example me, I rather do air high fives
Because it's cooler.
It's cooler. Yeah, it's so not mainstream.
Not mainstream.
Yeah.
You're a hipster hijabi. I forgot.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So tell me what a hipster hijabi is.
I'm not a hipster hijabi.
I'm teasing.
What am I? I'm not a hipster.
Yeah, you
I have the cool glasses though.
No, you do have the cool glasses. Yeah. No, you are a hipster because you like zombies.
That's hipster?
I don't know. It's just because you were.
What's a hipster?
I don't know what a hipster is.
Okay.
It's just some like I don't know what the hell. Like, why you put me on the spot? Me, this is my interpretation of a hipster. Okay. Let's say it's the summertime and he's wearing winter boots. He's just like, yo.
That's stupid. That's not a hipster.
He's just probably pissed off a lot of people. Like, no, I like wearing winter boots in the summertime. No, it's just,
No. Our friend Mervin is a hipster.
Mervin? Nah, Mervin's just a cool guy.
No, he's a hipster.
What?
He tries not to pretend like he's not.
Nah, I never know this. Like, you
don't know what a hipster is.
I don't know what a hipster is.
Yeah.
Mervin seemed like a regular guy to me.
No?
He wears a t-shirt and pants.
No. Or jeans, and he has the fancy boots and the jacket. Yeah, there you go. The Jack and Jones. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so we're having a conversation with our other friend. He's not mic'd up because I don't have.
He's here in spirit.
Soon. When I could save up a bit more money, then I could get a bit more mics and then have more.
People, what are you doing?
3,
subscribe.
4, 5. Yeah, subscribe.
So then Murph could be with us next time.
Yeah, exactly. So Sumi, I think this is a good place to end off the podcast. I really thank you for coming through and sharing your stories with me. And so, do you have any upcoming makeup projects or anything like that?
My summer brides so far. I've done them all.
So during the summertime, you get more busier.
The weddings generally happen in the summer, but yeah, I've unless somebody sends me a message. So
where can they find you to inquire about makeup bookings?
Oh yeah, it's Sumi. It's Sumia Studios. So that would be SUMIYYAH. Studio.
Okay.
And it's on Facebook, so you'll find my page.
Okay, on Facebook. And then also if they want to get a cup from the Tahara Collection, they could find it.
Yes.
Would they be able to find it through that page as well, or?
No, so it'd be the Tahara Collection Facebook page or the website.
Yeah.
All the information is there.
And you have an Instagram page too?
I do.
Do you want to shout that Instagram page out?
Yeah, it's Tahara Collection.
Instagram, just
it's exactly what it sounds like.
Exactly what it sounds like. Yeah. So thank you again, Sumi, for coming through to the podcast. It was a very interesting conversation. I got some more insight I should have asked you about, but it's like when you're friends, you just like it just becomes part of the friendship. You don't even think about it. It's just normal things.
Yeah, but you don't have to share everything.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, thank you very much, for sharing, your experiences with me.
You're very welcome, sir.
Okay, so peace out. Most box.
See you tomorrow.
Peace.